As the British ambassador's wife, Emma Hamilton enjoyed fame and high status in Naples, becoming close friends with royalty. However, things would all change with the oncoming French Revolutionary War. Hi, I'm Em. I'm a historian and I love brilliant historical women. We've been following the life story of Emma Hamilton, one of the defining beauties of the 18th century, as she navigated her way from London's bawdy houses up to legitimate position as wife of the British ambassador in Naples. With word of her famous attitudes spreading across Europe, her star was on the rise. However, the entrance of Nelson on the scene absolutely changed the game. It was after Nelson's famous victory at the Battle of the Nile in 1798 that his intrigue with Emma, Lady Hamilton, began. When his flagship arrived in the Bay of Naples, Emma and Sir William were among the first to greet him and invited this national hero to stay in their ambassadorial home. Unfortunately for Emma's husband, such proximity to Nelson quickly developed into intimacy, and a scandalous love affair between Emma and Nelson was soon underway. How much William knew about this situation has been hotly debated, but it appears that he was willing to look the other way as long as his beloved wife didn't leave him. In 1800, all three returned home to England, and, by this time, Emma was pregnant with Nelson's child. When it became clear that he would have to choose between his wife, Fanny, and Emma, Nelson chose his new paramour, telling her that she was his true wife, in my eyes and in the face of heaven. In January 1801, Emma gave birth to their daughter, very subtly named Horatia. Emma, Nelson, and William lived together, a three-way friendship that was extensively mocked in the press until Sir William died in 1803. During their final time together in 1805, they lived together openly at Merton Place with their daughter, and even exchanged rings in a mock marriage service at the parish church. Nelson's last private act was to amend his will to beg that Emma and Horatia be provided for in the event of his death. Famously, he was fatally wounded at the Battle of Trafalgar, and, without his protection, the weight of scandal came to rest on Emma's shoulders. In a cruel twist of fate, Nelson's wishes that his lover and daughter would be provided for were ignored, and one by one, her friends and acquaintances abandoned her. Drink, which had always been a crutch for Emma, became an addiction, and she found herself unable to rein in her spending. After selling many of her possessions and then Merton, Emma and Horatia were driven into debtor's prison. Although eventually the two managed to flee to the continent, escaping Emma's creditors, it would not be for long. Our glorious Emma died only 6 months later, aged 49. And there we finish. Whose story shall we explore next?